I'm your host with the most, Local 23. You're joining me for Uninvited Chapter 6. Am I dying? You wake on the living room sofa with voices echoing in your head. Try to move, but only manage to groan. What happened? Remember arguing with Alex. You remember him firing you. But the last thing you remember is turning the key in the ignition. How are you feeling, Missy? You open your eyes to see the weathered face of an old man. An almost anorexic Albert Einstein. He smiles and you note he's missing several of his teeth. Damn it, Deacon, you're scaring her. Alex Carter steps forward, pulling the older man back. Are you sure nothing's broken? Why does she look so pale? The old man nods. She'll have a few bruises, but she'll be fine. What happened? You decided to introduce your car to some trees. Oh my god, he does look like Albert Einstein. Holy shit. The old man slaps his thigh and laughs. Who are you? Your eyes slowly adjust to the lights around you. He's the closest thing this Bayless has to an emergency room. Sheriff Caldwell steps forward. Sheriff? Still don't understand what's happening. Abby, Deacon is going to ask you a few questions to make sure you're okay. He's a doctor, so you can answer him. Alex cast a dubious look at the older man. He's a doctor? What kind of doctor doesn't take care of his own teeth? I mean, true. I can't even argue with that. You grimace at your own judgmental thought. After Deacon finishes, he says it's a miracle, but you'll be fine. He instructs Alex to keep an eye on you overnight. Sheriff Caldwell explains. What happened to you? I'm gonna write the report that a car skidded due to bad weather. I don't remember. It'll make the insurance claim easier if we stick to that story. You didn't drive in the trees on purpose now, did you? Of course not. Alrighty then. Well, we'll be out of your way. You two be careful now. Mr. Carter, it would behoove you and your employee if you didn't send her on any errands in the middle of a thunderstorm. Sheriff Caldwell raises an eyebrow at Alex, but he ignores the warning. Thank you for both coming out so late, helping to get her back inside. You notice the clothes of all three men are damp from the rain. I'm so sorry. Clench your teeth at the pain. I don't know what happened. Don't worry, miss. We're just happy you're safe. Deacon turns to Sheriff Caldwell. Let's go, Dan. These two young ones need some peace and privacy. After the two men leave, you try to get up, grimacing through pain. What the hell do you think you're doing now? If this is some sort of ploy to get workers' comp, forget about it! I fired you before you got into an accident. I'll say, you think everything's a ploy? You think I'd hurt myself for money? You're not very compassionate. You think everything's a ploy. Everything's a ploy with you. You think I knocked myself out so you'd feel sorry for me, accusing you of assault so I could extort money, and now this? I think all that money is making you paranoid. It's not uncommon for people to try and get things from me. Well, maybe you should try getting a heart. Alex has the grace to look a little embarrassed. So what really happened then? I told you, I don't remember. You dare a glance over at Alex, his arms are crossed at his chest, utterly confused. While Deacon was examining you, I checked your room again. I found more leeches. I don't understand how they got in there. Maybe you missed them before. Maybe you missed some the first time. I guess it's possible, but I was pretty thorough. You peer at him, and again, notice a different expression, as if he's worried. Is he worried about me? No, impossible. I wanted to ask you. Alex shifts his weight from one foot to the other, more uncomfortable with every word. I found something strange in your rental car? Something strange? What the hell is he talking about? Alex leaves for a moment, only to return with the ominous ragdoll. This. You feel a knot in your stomach. You found that in my car. It was on the seat when I found you. I locked it in the storage shed. Is that so? Alex holds the doll by its burning red hair. What I thought was strange before I found it in your rental car. It was in your bedroom. A moment of silence passes as both of you look at one another. I'll tell Alex the full history of the doll, ask why he was in your bedroom. We already covered that when he was looking for more leeches. So, ask if he brought it out of the car. You sure you didn't just bring the doll out of the car? I'm pretty sure. It's just really strange. You locked it in the storage shed, then I saw it in your bedroom, and then the rental car. What do you think it means? And when you're about to speak, but nothing comes out, you watch a myriad of emotions pass over your former employer's face. He holds the doll up with a sigh before looking back at you. Throw it in the fireplace! I mean, explain to me again why you thought I attacked you. You hesitate before answering. I don't know. It felt like someone or something was pushing me down. It was weird. One moment I was dreaming about my ex-boyfriend, and the next I wake up with this hickey on my neck and you at the door. Well, I came to your room because you were screaming. Watch Alex tap his chin with two fingers, thinking things over. Finally sits in the love seat across from you, stretching his long legs before crossing his ankles. I'll make you a deal, Abby Redding. A deal? Let's both just forget about what happened earlier. Grip your wrist and feel the beads of your bracelet digging into your flesh. What did you just say? I don't want to be known as the man who fired his assistant right before she got into a car accident. I'm not that petty. I'll overlook tonight if you promise to do your job without any other incidents. Is that clear? Rent, food, survival. Reasons why you need to lower your pride march through your head like a parade. What do you say? Alex leans back in the seat, his eyes fixed on the ceiling fan, rapidly spinning in circles. I have to agree. I don't have anything else to fall back on. A ghost of a smile crosses his face. Well, that's very honest of you to admit. I'm going to change now. These clothes are still wet, and I detest the smell of clothes that don't dry properly. From the corner of your eye, you watch him ascend the staircase. Something isn't right. There's no reason for Alex Carter, boss from hell, to forgive me. Is he guilty about the hickey? Oh my god. I swear they make women dumb in these things. I swear. You shake your head. Alex seems adamant of his own innocence. I think this might have to do with the rag doll. Oh, there, she caught on quickly. Thank God. He was acting weird when he told me he saw the doll in 2 different places. Not to mention the leeches. Maybe he's starting to understand how I could think something that didn't happen did. Still, it's strange that he hired me after knowing things ended with Bryce, and he's not telling me everything. 20 minutes later, Alex comes back downstairs, laying out a blanket on the love seat he occupied earlier. What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm going to bed. Here. Alex frowns, hands on his hips. Do you expect me to leave you alone after hurting yourself this evening? Honestly, yes. Truthful answer earns a scowl. It starts to rain again. You can hear the water steady tapping against the roof. And if you inferred I didn't have a heart, you can't help yourself. You have to answer. Did I say that? No, I wouldn't dare. Not to the man who's responsible for my paycheck. You hear him grunt in disbelief as he tries to make himself comfortable. No heart. That isn't true. He's down here keeping me company. He has a heart, well, at least half of one. I mean, he doesn't have to live down there with you. He could just say screw you. That's a mighty big bump you have there, Miss Abby. Yeah, Alex, he was smacking me around. I mean, I'm surprised. Oh, there's plenty of people who are Scream victim, and they're not victims anymore, and they end up coming true. And it just waters down the actual real victims. And it just irked me when she falsely accused him, and she had no proof, no evidence, no nothing. Wally shakes his head in dismay as you try to pay for the groceries Alex ordered you to buy. Chuck has his hip against the counter, and he looks you over as he finishes checking out of the register. I heard you were in an accident. Chuck faces you, but his eyes drift to Alex Carter, who's skimming through a Forbes magazine, a look of disdain on his face. Are all your magazines here a year old? Alex tosses the business magazine down when a wheelchair blocks his path to the register. Ah, the hunting magazines are all up to date. We don't get many suits such as yourself out here. Mr. Caldwell? I told you, call me Zachary. Alex gives you a slight nod, making his way around the chair-bound proprietor when the door gives a jingle. Hi, Sheriff Caldwell. Wally waves at the sheriff, who stops in front of you. You catch a whiff of coffee on his breath. The smell of coffee. Are you doing okay? Hands on his hips, he pushes his jacket back, displaying his gun and holster. They think Alex did something. They all do. It's a small town, they gossip. Touch your beaded bracelet. I met caring people. Yes, thank you for asking. Just a small headache to remind me of yesterday. You got lucky. I hope you know that. Car accidents can end much worse than that. Sheriff looks at his brother Zachary. I can feel your eyes on me, Dan. So, it wasn't the brakes or anything, was it? Chuck's eyes stay trained on Alex, who's now perusing the different brands of gum. Are you asking if someone messed with the brakes? Why else would a car skid like that? There was no foul play involved, Chuck. Don't go spreading any wild rumors about this. I can tell you people already have. Shut the up, Sheriff. It rained last night and the car skidded on wet pavement. Nothing more, nothing less. Why are you making me out as some kind of gossip, Dan? Chuck crosses his arms in indignation. Because you're dating one of the Marias. All three of those women are notorious gossips. Chuck mutters something as Wally absently brings up the cabin. Well, that place does have a lot of history around these parts. I'll ask if he means the murder. You mean the murder? As the words leave your lips, you remember it was Sheriff Dan's daughter who was murdered. And that he's standing just a few feet away. Shit! You know I'm a human being and I sometimes forget things, but it's a question. And maybe I didn't know all the details. Maybe I just heard there was a murder. I don't know. What you want? Oh, I'm shit, aren't I? You quickly shut your mouth, covering it with your hands. Awkward silence follows as the sheriff shoots Wally a cautionary glare. That's right. Alex walks up behind you. People were murdered in that cabin we're staying in. It's still an unsolved case. He looks at Dan. Isn't that right, Sheriff? No. We know who murdered Crystal that night. But wasn't there more than one murder? Wally continues bagging your groceries. I guess some murders just aren't as important as others. Oh. I'm telling you right now there's a history with these two. Alex nods farewell to the sheriff as he exits the store, the bell ringing with his departure. Sorry about that. Pick up your groceries and follow your employer to his car. He's waiting for you to put the bags in the trunk. Once you're in the car, you don't help but ask. Or can't help. Mr. Carter, who else was murdered in that house? At first he doesn't answer. He presses the gas and kicking up pebbles and dirt behind him. You pass rows of dew-covered trees, crossing the wooden bridge that leads to the cabin. You figure you aren't going to get an answer when he finally parks the car in front of the cabin. Alex leans against the steering wheel. There's an important reason I bought this cabin. Tap the beaded bracelet, praying for patience as you wait for him to continue. Girl, if you need to pray for everything, you need to stop it. I'm just serious. I'm not a big prayer. I'm not. I used to be. Bryce used to do this all the time. He wouldn't answer your questions, as though they weren't important enough to answer, or you just forgot, or just forgot about you entirely. You sigh and open the door when he finally speaks. My parents said I was crazy for buying this place. They said I should just let it go. Let go? What go? The past. But I can't. For better or worse, whatever happened here years ago shaped me into who I am today. Your life seems pretty good now. You're a rich and successful businessman. Shouldn't you be grateful? You steal a glance at your boss, and you slap a hand over your mouth. He sighs. That doesn't stop the questions from coming. What questions? I need to know the truth about this place. What really happened that night? Why? Again, he doesn't answer. Alex exits the car as you rush to get the groceries and follow him inside. Mr. Carter, if you need me to help you, please let me know. You watch as he takes in your shabby appearance, topped off with a bruised forehead and the corner of his mouth lips. Of course you will. You'll do anything I say, won't you? Excuse me? You're my personal assistant, Abby. That's what I pay you to do. Oh, yeah, how could I forget? Still, he seems a little too possessive. Not really. The kind made a joke. Calm the down. I'll agree. You're at his service. Right, you are. There's actually something I need you to do. Alex points to the clipboard on the table. I went through this list of belongings Wally stored in the shed and highlighted the items I want you to retrieve for me. Gather them within the hour. They pick up the list from the coffee table. Picture albums, family movies, and a diary are all highlighted. Is this all you need, sir? For now, yes. Hopefully they'll have some clues for me. Why do you care what happened so long ago, anyways? Bite your lip as his annoyed expression before it continues. I only ask because maybe it'll help me understand, so I can do a better job of helping you. Your paycheck should be motivation enough. Squeeze your bracelet. I am patient. I am patient. I am patient. No, what he just said is correct. Of course. You feel heat rising in your cheeks. Your emotions are written all over your face. Did I hurt your feelings again? Do you care? Not particularly. Oh, I'm an ass, aren't I? I mean, she's an employee. He's the employer. He's already more than enough humored her in all of her shenanigans in the past 24 hours. So, I don't blame him for being like, you know what, I just don't give a shit. Then let's not focus on me. I'll try my best to help you figure out what happened. I'll start working on this list. You leave Alex alone in the living area of the cabin. Alex glances down at the rag doll, picking it up from the coffee table where he left it. He squeezes the doll as if it were a stress ball. I'll find out the truth. A tingling of laughter fills the air as he turns the doll over, staring at its button eyes. I'll find out what really happened to you, Crystal. As your brother, it's the least I can do. Told you they have a history. So as your brother, Crystal was Sheriff Dan's daughter, so that's Daddy, and Mommy is the one who... Okay. Alright. Alright. Interesting. We're solving the puzzle. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Feel free to like, comment, share, or subscribe. Head down the description below. Links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. It's greatly appreciated. And until next time, stay well, stay awesome. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.